I'm Tom Jackson with Jackson Bergman in Binghamton, and today what I'm going to talk to you about is a concept called the ignition interlock device. And what the ignition interlock device is an instrument that you'd have to install in your vehicle pursuant to the laws in the state of New York, that if you're convicted of a DWI-related violation or a misdemeanor, what you'd have to do is you'd have to install this interlock device in your vehicle. And what it does is it's put into your vehicle where you would have to blow into it at different intervals throughout the time that you're driving. As you blow into it, it would be taking a reading of how much alcohol you had in your system. As long as the alcohol level in your system is none, basically, and as long as you had no alcohol in your system, you'd be able to operate the motor vehicle. If at some point you had over that very low threshold, I think it's set at like a 0.025, I believe. If you did have more than that in your system, the system would not allow you to drive the vehicle. It would turn the vehicle off, actually. Not as you were driving, but at the next point that you started your vehicle. The courts will order that you not only have to install the interlock device in any vehicle that you are driving or that you usually drive, but also any vehicle that you even have access to. It becomes a pretty complicated concept when actually you're working for someone. And what will happen is your employer can actually waive the requirement to install that interlock device in one of their vehicles. And what we would do is we prepare a document for your employer to sign, and that would allow them to waive that interlock device in that vehicle. So theoretically, you'd be able to drive their work vehicle during work hours as long as you had a sufficient driver's license to do that. The cost of the instrument itself is between $700 and $1,200 or so. It basically has a front-end cost where you're paying money to have it installed in your vehicle, and you're paying money to have it taken out, and then you're paying a monthly fee. You take the vehicle in at different intervals to be checked. You have 10 days to install the vehicle or install the instrument in the vehicle once you've been sentenced. The court will tell you that it has to be in your vehicle for a calendar year, but as long as you are doing everything that you need to be doing, and as long as you don't have any violations like trying to get somebody else to blow into the instrument for you, or trying to tamper with it in some way, or that it's not blowing some type of numbers like that you had alcohol in your system, as long as those things are not happening, we'd be able to make an application to get it taken out after 6 months. Here in Broome County, where Jackson Bergman is located, you would be monitored by the Stop DWI program. So then what we would do is we would send a letter over to Stop DWI. We'd ask that they send an order, or not an order, but a letter to the court saying that there haven't been any issues, and then the court generally will allow you to get the instrument out. If you have any questions about ignition interlock devices or DWI, don't hesitate to contact Jackson Bergman. Thank you.